So this is a video that I've been working on for a while to make and think about how I'm going to do this. And as you guys know, I have for the past 3 weeks, I've been going through every one of the um, terrible public domain Disney, if you would, um, films that are horror Disney films that have been made because these characters have now entered the public domain. We covered Steamboat Willie and Neverland Nightmare, Blood and Honey, Blood and Honey 2. So I thought that today we would go into one of the other ones recently. Let's search this up. You may know it by two names. Honestly, there's only two names you could know it by. And that is the Mean One. And that the reason or the Grinch horror movie. Now, the reason that I'm covering this is one, because it's another horror movie that I feel like I could talk about, and two, it is unbearably terrible. Honestly, I will go so far as to say that I think this is even worse than Blood and Honey. I think this is even worse than what Peter Pan looked like, and I think it's even worse than what we got with like the other stuff. This is even worse. It is terrible. Now I have, God, regrettably seen the movie, and dear heaven, protect my soul. This was awful. At least for the other ones, I could say that there was some creativity in it. Like, if you take a look at, I thought I did a Peter Pan. Yeah, I did. Um, so if you look at the Peter Pan one, at least that's somewhat creative. I should do a Bambi one when that comes out. Peter Pan, that was somewhat creative. Blood and Honey, it was complete garbage and horse crap, but at least it had creativity. I said I liked the aspect of the original story kind of telling and the fact that the story they took. Blood and Honey 2, I said I thought Tigger was interesting. CGI was complete crap, but it was still a fun watch. Not enjoyable, but fun. So, but the Grinch, the mean one. Now, I'm guessing that the reason they couldn't call it the Grinch is because the Grinch is very well protected under Disney, so they couldn't call it the Grinch, blah, blah, blah. And this is it looks like the original story of the Grinch from like around when um, it was bought, when it was still in that early story stage, like written down. So it was still in the story. It wasn't, where it was, um, where, Disney's got it. So here we have this version of the story where it starts off like regular. Sorry, not Cindy Lou. Cindy, you know who. Dear Lord, they changed it on IMDb to just Cindy. And instead of Dr. Seuss, they got Doc Zeus. Dear Lord, that is awful. So, dear God, okay. Basically, the premise is in a sleepy mountain town, Cindy's parents are murdered and her Christmas is stolen by a bloodthirsty green figure in a red Santa suit. Now, they can't call it the Grinch because Disney owns it, so you gotta settle for the mean one. And honestly, the CGI is atrocious. The mountain that they use is clearly fake. Everything in this movie has like this weird tone or not tone, like camera tone, where the brightness is turned down so you can barely tell what's going on. It looks like those really poor, like, YouTube animated horror movies where it's quick flashes and everything's all like, dark. It looks like that. And for God knows why, Cindy, I'm just calling her Cindy, decides to get into at the end of the movie, spoilers, but let's be honest, why would you watch this? It's not a Christmas movie. She fights the mean one on one, hand in hand, with a Christmas candy cane shotgun and like Christmas ornament grenades and a giant candy cane she used to whack him in the face. And they have a fist fight. And then like I'll tell you the ending later, but basically, her mom dies, so then her dad's got like PTSD, and for the last like 20 years, she's been having nightmares about this thing. So then, she goes back to this town with her dad, and so then this thing comes back to attack, and it also apparently kills her dad right in front of her. So yeah, he's like a bloodthirsty monster, and there are a bunch of missing people. So Cindy's like, oh, this is the same monster. This is the same monster that I know. I gotta go find him. It's my job to stop him. Okay, all right. And then they don't call him the Grinch. He's not known by anything except the mean one. And then we get this, and then like this old ass neighbor dude basically tells her like he's called the mean one now, and he's killing people. So you of all people gotta go stop him. So she's like, okay. And then basically almost John Wick, but very terrible. Actually, I'm not even gonna call it John Wick. John Wick's better than this. She just very terribly suits up in like I said, candy cane weapons, and then goes to fight him. And that old dude basically shoots the Grinch with like a sniper, and then the Grinch teleports behind him and basically breaks his neck and kills him right there. And it's bizarre. I don't know how the fuck the Grinch got from like the yard to on top of the roof to kill this guy. It makes no sense. Like how he can't teleport unless he can. And if he can, dear Lord, this thing is even worse than I thought. But that's only the beginning, because Cindy basically has a fight with him with a giant candy cane, and then he falls off the roof, and then she eventually wins in a very, albeit creative way, by saying, she forgives him and gives him a kiss on the cheek, like in the story, and his heart grows 3 sizes and it fucking explodes his chest because it grew 3 sizes too big. Creativity, I'm telling you. I'll give them points for that. That is creative to the bone. That is amazing. Like, dude, no one back then would have thought of doing that. That's amazing. I mean, the CGI is shit, but the idea of him actually growing his heart 3 sizes and blowing him up is pretty impressive. Now, Cindy basically then lives a normal life, it seems like, and then she, says, alright, I'm gonna fuck off now, and just kind of go do my own thing. And apparently this whole time the police haven't believed her. They thought, I don't know, they're thinking, she just saw someone else, and that she's thinking it's a monster, but it's not, so they're calling her crazy, and she's like, I'm not crazy, I know what I saw. So, yeah, it's okay. And then her friends die or something, and then people think it was her. I don't know. It's very Winnie the Pooh-y from the second movie, where I said he comes back and everyone's like, no, you must have killed your girlfriend. And he's like, no, I didn't, I swear. And then they all hunt him down. It's very like that. Except this has way less of a budget than Blood and Honey ever did. Everything's shrouded in this dark tinted camera lens, and it's really hard to see what's going on the whole movie. And honestly, it's more like a fan film, if anything else. It's like Spider-Man Lotus, but if it came out in theaters, and it was worse, and it wasn't Spider-Man. Actually, that maybe I'll talk about that next. But yeah, all in all, it's a very poor movie. I normally would give these things points, like I have been for the past three videos of this thing. Three. I give them points for being well, it took a creative charm with this story. They really didn't here. So I can't give them points for being creative when they weren't. And the only creative thing here is that when the Grinch saw the mom, the Grinch killed her. But that's about the only creative thing. See, with Winnie the Pooh, they had stuff where it was a full-on story. Yes, it was short at the beginning, but like from there you could actually envision in your head and go, "Oh, dude, that's actually possible. I could actually see that in some other world." But with the Grinch, no, you could not with Winnie the Pooh, yes, he starts off just like the original story, and then the only reason he goes insane is because Christopher Robin abandons him. Yes, that makes sense. That's something realistic. But somewhat. I mean, if we were being abandoned, we would all kind of go a bit crazy. A little bit, maybe. But, like, for the Grinch, no. Like, she comes downstairs and he freaks out and kills her. And then she calls him a monster and he gets all worried. Like, dude. And apparently, at the end of the movie, it's revealed the whole reason he's doing this is because Cindy called him a monster at the beginning, like 11 years ago. What the hell? That's the reason for all of his killing, because someone called him a monster. That's like someone going up to you and saying, like, I don't like you, and then you decide to go on a murder spree and like basically commit worldwide genocide because someone said I don't really like you. Like, do you understand how like stupid that is? That is ridiculous. But anyway, let's check out the IMDb rating. It's got a, dear God, a 3.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Dear Lord. Good God, that is terrible. Let's see. Winnie the Pooh got a 2.9. Okay, so this got more than Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey got a 4.6. Wow. Wait. Bro. Oh my God. I'm scrolling through IMDb and I just saw something. I looked down at the Grinch and I see Fiona. And I thought, oh, like, is that Shrek? I click on it. It fucking says, Princess Fiona has to survive her years of imprisonment in the highest room of the tallest tower while dealing with her enchantment every night when the sun sets. Huh? What? Okay, and then we got Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm actually going to check that out. That's going to be... Alright. And then Pinocchio Unstrung. Whenever that comes out, I'm doing that next. Bro, I'm just stumbling upon a whole bunch of fodder. We got Goldilocks and the Three Bears. No. And then we got Mickey Mouse Trap. Okay, and then I see Mickey Mouse the... This cannot be real. No. Dude, if you go on IMDb, search up Mickey Mouse the Assassin in the beginning. Dude, they literally use a Mickey Mouse toy. It's not even like an actual movie. It's got an 8.5 out of 10. And then they got the Mousetrap. Welcome to the Mickeyverse. What the actual fuck? Mickey versus Winnie. What the hell? Piglet? Mickey Mouse the Assassin, The Mouse Experiment, Awakening Sleeping Beauty, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Fiona, Pinocchio Unstrung. Dude, what? Alright, well, I guess we got a whole bunch of new cannon fodder for this.